You understand the question, okay?
Most of the time I research very good my films. The meaning of this research is the meaning of the research is to have some I call it the pillars. You see, like the strongest parts of a building. How do you call this?
Column?
Like the strongest.
The structure.
Supporting
Structure?
pillars. Supporting pillars.
Yeah, supporting pillars. Yeah, that's the. I search for could be 3-4 characters which are so strong that I know they will always remain in the film. It's almost never they will disappear. It's no case in all my films where they've disappeared. They are there. They remain in the film. And later on, I understood that what I do in these cases, but also when I just meet somebody on the street or in the cemetery, just very quickly, it's an intuition that this will be an important person. It's always, it will become, and I can give you many examples, but we can do this after. In all these cases, case research before or instantaneous research, let's call it like this, I'm looking for film characters. It's casting. When you make a documentary, you have to do some casting. There are people who do not transmit nothing. They just transmit a message, and I'm not interested in a message. I'm interested in emotions. So the message will be there, but much stronger. And this is this is casting. I mean, in a way, the people in my films, they can compete. They can compete with Robert De Niro and Meryl Streep. They are as good as them.
Although it's a documentary, you think there is casting in documentary?
Yeah, you cast because you look for people who really can transmit something with emotion. So it's in this way it's casting. You don't. For instance, another casting situation in Crazy. It was very important which music this soldier was listening. So I remember I had a veto. You know what's a veto?
A veto. 他就说他不要特别的东西。
A veto on the soldiers loving Mariah Carey. No Mariah Carey in my film. It was really. I didn't want to hear it.
Were there any soldiers who had Mariah Carey, who you interviewed, who had Mariah Carey?
Yeah. I
originally,
had
were they?
many. There was a plague infection of Mariah Carey.
So when you editing the
No.
movie,
I
you
didn't. I never
cut-
filmed Mariah
Oh,
Carey.
okay.
So it was a dream with characters, and it's good to dream with characters because you never found them exactly as you want, but probably better than your dream. So what I'm trying to say is, you are dreaming these characters. And in this way you are casting, but in your process of filming, where there are a lot of doors open, there are days where you go and see if you find something to film or not. You can find beautiful people. I can give you many examples. Maybe you have seen Forever.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
There is a woman who goes at the end, more to the end of the film, and
It's a Japanese girl, no?
no, not Japanese girl. It's her husband died because a bee.
Yeah, I remember that.
A big love story. And her husband was 20 years younger than she. And after 3 years of marriage, he was a bee.
Beaten by the bees.
A bee.
Yeah.
And he didn't know he was allergic, and he died. It's a very strong story in the film. And what happened with this woman, I was sitting with a soundman, I remember. We were eating an apple in the shadow of a little tree, because it was very hot in those days in the cemetery, in the whole Paris. And this lady came very good dressed with the shoes you don't wear in Père Lachaise. Père Lachaise is all stones, big stones. It's very difficult to walk. So these high heels you don't use. And she passed along us, and she said "Bon appétit," very kindly. That's not French to do something
It's not
like that.
Parisian.
No, and she was a little bit dark, so she continued, and because I cannot walk very quickly, I have an illness, so sometimes I ask Esther, please go behind her and tell her to wait, and ask her if she has a little time. So from her, I didn't know. I just know she just came for giving water to the flowers of her husband. It was very hot, so everybody was with the bottles giving water everywhere. And she said yes, she has some time to go. So I only knew she's visiting the tomb of her husband, and I asked her to give another time water. That's the only thing I knew from this woman, but intuition say there was a story there.